Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I bring you the topic of stimulus checks in the year 2022. Now let's be honest guys, the chances of a fourth stimulus check from the federal government, well, it's not looking very likely right now, right? However, there are a couple of states that will have a surplus this year. So in this video, we'll be talking about 4 states that want to send additional money this year in stimulus checks or even tax rebates. And for my friends in the state of New York, this state is wanting to send up to $3,000 in bonuses for healthcare workers. And for my friends in the state of Florida, this state is wanting to send a $1,000 bonus for a specific group in the year 2022. So make sure you stay until the end of this video to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you are interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, child tax credit, SNAP, p-ebt, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. And don't forget to take advantage of these offers. You can get $30 cash back with Rakuten once you spend $30 or more using the referral link that is in the video description. With Rakuten, you can receive up to 20% cash back every time you shop at your favorite stores. And don't forget about the Ibotta app, where you can get cash back when doing your grocery shopping. You can also receive $10 once you sign up and uploaded your first receipt using the referral code that is on this screen. And for those of you that want to maximize your rewards, use a second app like Fetch Rewards to upload the same receipt you just uploaded to the Ibotta app. Fetch is actually super easy to use as it will give you points for uploading any type of receipt. You'll even get additional points just for signing up with this referral code. And finally, don't forget that you can shop for your groceries on Amazon with your EBT card or even your p-ebt card. The good news is that this one is completely free. No membership is required, and you can also receive Amazon Prime discounts for EBT recipients and students. All of these links will be in the video description. So the first state on this list that will be having a surplus is the state of Minnesota. This state is talking about a proposal of sending $175 or $350 of stimulus checks to its people. So here I bring you the additional details. So Governor Tim Walz wants to send 2.7 million Minnesota households a Walz check this year, thanks to a record-breaking surplus of state funds. The checks are part of his supplemental spending plan, making money from a projected $7.7 billion in surplus. So some single filers would qualify for the $150, while married couples that make up to a certain amount would get $350. He also proposes $1,500 payments to frontline workers and sparring unemployment insurance tax hikes for businesses. There's also money for caregivers and investments in higher education in the sweeping proposal. It's about making sure we're lifting up those who are hurt hardest during the pandemic, and it's making sure that there's a long-range vision about where Minnesota is going and world economy, and we are well positioned to do that, Walt said. Now moving on to the state of Georgia. This state also wants to send $250 to $500 to tax filers in the year 2022. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp proposed using $1.6 billion of the state surplus funds to give every tax filer a rebate. The state has $2.2 billion total in spare cash left from the hefty budget surplus, even after funneling as much as legally allowed into its rainy day fund. The Republican governor told the Georgia Chamber of Commerce about the proposal on January 12. So under his plan, all single filers would receive a $250 rebate, while every household filing taxes jointly would receive a $500 rebate. The governor also wants to give retired military veterans a retired income exclusion. Now moving on to those in the state of Indiana, it seems like this state has a bill on the table that wants to give $125 in tax refund. So on January 20, the Indiana Senate passed a bill that would give 4.3 million taxpayers a $125 refund after filing their 2021 taxes. So the bill now goes to the state house. So once again, it's not quite official just yet. However, it's in the works. So the refund was proposed by Governor Eric Holcomb because the state closed the fiscal year with an unprecedented amount in reserves, allowing the opportunity to return some of that back to citizens. So an estimated $545 million will go back into the pockets of Indiana residents after they filed their taxes. The state expects to have all the refunds processed by May 1st of the year 2022 for residents that complete their taxes by the April 18th deadline. And now moving on to those in the state of Kansas. Seems like your governor is issuing a proposal that wants to issue a tax rebate anywhere between $250 to $500. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly wants to give taxpayers a $250 rebate in light of the significant surplus. So Kelly's office told that the latest plan would deliver $445 million in relief. The $250 rebates would be non-taxable, and those who file their taxes jointly would be in line for $500 each. Thanks to our fiscal responsibility and record economic development success, we can return money to taxpayers and give every Kansas resident who filed their taxes in 2021 a $250 tax rebate, Kelly said in a statement. These are significant savings for every family to be delivered by summer of the year 2022. Now, the state also wants to permanently eliminate the 6.5% state sales tax on food, which would provide additional savings on its residents. So there you have it, you guys. These are the 4 states that are so far discussing the possibility of sending more stimulus checks to its people, either in tax rebates or in actual checks, right? So hopefully more states will follow, and I'll be making sure to bring that information to you as soon as it is available. Now, moving on to those in the state of New York, let's look at what this state wants to do with its $216 billion budget proposal. The state of New York would boost state school aid, provide sweeping property tax relief, and deliver bonuses to healthcare workers over the next year if lawmakers pass a $216.3 billion budget outlined by Governor Kathy Hochul. So the budget also includes $1.2 billion in bonuses for frontline healthcare and mental health workers. Workers earning less than $100,000 and who remain in the job for 1 year could earn up to $3,000 in bonuses. Hochul proposes offering $2.2 billion in one-time property tax rebates for low and middle-income homeowners. Now, the governor says she's willing to negotiate with lawmakers to use $2 billion of state taxpayer dollars on additional COVID-19 rent relief programs. Now, another state that has a surplus in their budget is the state of Florida. Here I bring you the additional details. Florida's massive budget surplus, created in part due to a huge influx of federal coronavirus relief payments and a quickly recovering economy due to the state's push to keep businesses open during the pandemic, is getting even larger. So state economists met Friday and crafted a new forecast that predicts state lawmakers will have nearly $4 billion more in general revenue to spend once they start working on a budget for the fiscal year between 2022 through 2023, which begins July 1st. Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis has proposed more direct cash payments to teachers and principals in the form of bonuses, increased per student funding, and prioritized parental rights. In a second round of cash payments directed by DeSantis, the budget would allocate $238 billion for one-time $1,000 bonus checks for Florida's 179,000 teachers and principals. It would also increase teacher pay through an allocation of $600 million, a $50 million increase from last year, with a goal to reach a minimum teacher salary of $47,500. Now, legislators will now spend the rest of the 60-day legislative session working on a new budget for the next fiscal year. And now moving on to those in the state of California. As mentioned in one of my previous videos, it seems like Governor Gavin Newsom is open to another round of stimulus checks in the year 2022. California Governor Gavin Newsom said Californians could potentially expect some form of relief in the year 2022. Newsom said his administration will work with the state if there could be another Golden State stimulus check as cases continue to spike in the state of California. He said they will learn during the May revisal of the state's budget proposal if they are allowed to spend on more items such as another stimulus check. There likely will be substantial contributions back to the taxpayers, Newsom said. What form they come in, we will work with the legislature, and to what degree in terms of total amounts of dollars will be determined more closely in the month of May. And just as a quick reminder, don't forget that as of right now, we have 37 states that have been approved for the food stamp max benefits for the month of January. And of course, those states are Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, Georgia, Guam, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, the state of Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Virgin Islands, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and the state of Wyoming. And for those of you that want information regarding the payment dates, don't forget to check out my previous video. And that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you next time.